Hello everybody, back here again with another vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 19th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning, decent time frame, got up, got the dogs out, got them moved around and taken care of and fed and all the good fun stuff that comes with that. So had a couple other things getting going on. Wife got up and around, she's feeling better but not great yet, so that's kind of got her going a little slower than normal, but overall she's doing pretty decent. So she got off to work, and I got a couple of things taken care of. Had a young mechanic coming by. I don't know how old he is, I'm guessing he's 20 still, whatever, and he's going to basically crawl around in my truck that I don't want to do. So hopefully get it figured out. He claims he can handle it, and I'm like, okay, cool. I got two other people that are supposed to be here today to give me a quote on what they think it would take to do the work themselves, but the young guy seems competent, and I need somebody more that can just, I don't know, it's not rocket science here, it's pretty simple stuff. So yeah, I was like, okay, whatever, we'll see what it is. So I went ahead and said held it, and he was supposed to be here at 10, got a text a little before 10 saying he was running behind, and a little bit of that was that, it's something else, somebody else's fault, but and I'm like, okay, whatever, at least let me know. So I was like, okay, that works for me, it's all good. So how are you doing today?
Not too bad. How are you?
Better than I deserve. I know, you're supposed to stay on that side of the road, there's cars coming.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Nope, he does
So
not want to be good, the big love.
went ahead and got a couple of things taken care of. Getting close to 10:30, I went out and got the gates and stuff ready for him, because he's gonna just go through the yard instead of going to the house each time. It's good there. One of my clients came and picked up a dog. Went ahead and I had a couple of things at the truck basically buttoned up yesterday from when I was working on some stuff, the transmission cooler lines, and a couple of other things that I had the whole front end tore apart. So when he got here, it was, I'm not putting it back together until it's done, I guess, is kind of more of my thought. So need to make sure I don't run into something else in that issue. But yeah, I'm just like, whatever. Mostly I'm waiting for my ratchet to get in. So had some tools that were getting delivered that were supposed to be here today, that were the flaring tool and whatnot. So I'm like, that won't be a big deal. The kid got here, showed him where it was, showed him again all the parts I had we need to swap out, put on, and he basically got to work. I informed him I had to take my father-in-law to the doctor later, so if he needed anything, he's got my number. So he got quite a bit of work done. We were chatting a little bit as he kind of got into it, and little stuff wasn't that big a deal, but just little things that, if you're doing this mobile mechanicing gig, you kind of should have this stuff, but who knows. Went ahead and he had a couple things, like he didn't have an extra jug. He was sucking brake fluid out of the master to take it out, and basically I see him looking around, he's looking confused. I said, "You need something to put that in?" And he goes, "Yeah." I'm like, okay, let me go get you something. Like, why would you not have extra buckets and jugs and just whatever type thing to dump liquids in? You're in this business. But he also had a vacuum pump steel to like bleed brakes, which is fine. Harbor Freight sells them, they're cheap. You can get expensive ones from Mac, it doesn't matter what you get. But he couldn't get it to work. He goes, "Last time I tried to use it, I bought this and couldn't get it to work. And it's not working now, I can't get it to pull a vacuum." I'm like, "Well, then why are you taking it out of your toolbox? Like, what are you doing? Like, you gotta go buy a turkey baster or something if you don't have this. Like, what are we talking about here? Also, you're supposed to bleed brakes and you're by yourself. So without this tool, you can't do this, job." I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So I was a little bit disappointed there. We were chatting a little bit. So while he was complaining how this thing doesn't work, he can't get to work, and he tries to put the rubber gasket on the outside of the canister and stuff. I'm like, that's not gonna fucking work. Like, common sense here tells me this is not that hard. So while he's getting mad about it, not really mad so much as just not capable with it, let's put it that way, I was like, let me see it. So I picked it up and fixed it for him and showed him how I fixed it for him, which he seemed to be happy because then he had a tool he could use. But it was funny because earlier on we were talking and I said, "Hey, I tend to bullshit a little bit, you tend to bullshit a little bit, so when we're chatting here, if you don't want me to leave you alone, just tell me, I'll happily go leave you alone," whatever. Which I didn't bug him too much when they're like, I said, "I once kind of want to see what you're doing to make sure it's kind of being done. I know it needs to be done, I'm just not want to crawl around underneath and do it," kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, no, not that big a deal. So I went ahead, we were chatting, and he basically said how doesn't really mind it so much when people talk and whatnot. How are you doing today? Better than I deserve. He said he really doesn't mind people, chat with him and whatnot, just his own hovering over him. He said the big thing I hate is when people are like, "Well, you're doing it wrong, I would have done it opposite." I'm like, well, there's two different things of saying, one, you're doing that wrong, and two, I would have done it opposite or done it different. there's multiple ways to do something correctly. But if you told me I did it wrong and you would have done it different, those are two completely different things. So we kind of chatted and laughed about it and whatever and whatnot. And then I went on, got a couple other things. He was working on stuff, came back over, and he told me that part earlier. So as he was doing something, I'm like, hey man, how's it going? I said, I would have definitely done that differently. And he's like, give me that little look, like, what the hell? I go, that's what you said you hated most, so I figured I'd give you shit. I hadn't even really said you're doing yet. And as we were talking, he's kind of like, oh yeah. And so I kind of laughed and I said, what's going on? He goes, oh, I had this thing all lined up in here. No, I can't get it lined up. It doesn't seem to mount. I said, I think you have it flipped over backwards. And he looked at me. I said, well, I would roll that mechanism, which is a bracket, which runs from the firewall, moves the booster out away from the firewall, which in turn of doing so, by removing the booster out from the firewall, which I really don't think I need because I got a small booster now, but who knows? So yeah, so I went ahead to move the booster away from the firewall. In turn, you have a extra linkage that you have to adjust in that, and he had flipped the damn thing around. And I said, when you look at the instructions, did the circle or the square go to the firewall? He said that way. That's okay. Then I'm pretty sure this is the way that bracket's got to move, because when the pump and the brake pedal moves, and here, and he's like, I don't know, kind of got that look like, am I the professional or are you? I'm thinking, you're the guy moving the wrenches, but I think I know what I'm doing here more than you do. So kind of made me a little nervous there. I wasn't really happy with that concept, but he realized, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I had it wrong. After he pulled his phone out, so he was listening to me, sent it back in the firewall. I'm like, oh yeah, that does actually work, which I hadn't looked at the instructions at all. I just went by common sense for a lever to make a pivoting action. It has to be whatever. So I'm like, that's not great. So I was like, well, hey, I gotta get the hell out of here. I gotta take the father-in-law to the doctor. I'll be back. So headed out and grabbed one of the dogs. Got the dogs situated where they need to be. Took one of the dogs, jumped in the truck. We headed up north to the doctor's office. On the way up there, had a person I sold my Corvette to reached out and said that he was here to drop my license plate off, which he was supposed to let me know he was on his way, kind of thing. So I thought he meant like, hey, I'm on my way down there for you. I said, I'm heading up north to take my father-in-law to the doctor. So he goes, okay, I'll just leave it by the front door. I'm like, that's fine, no big deal. So I get back home and hadn't seen him, so I reached out to my mom actually and said, texted her and said, hey, I got a guy coming by, supposed to drop license plate off my car. So just heads up, mostly meaning, hey, if somebody walks up to the door and leaves, don't get freaked out. Is more what that text was about. Get back from the doctor, hang out there, do the whole thing, hang out with the dog, and whatever, wait for him to get down to the doctor's office. He comes out, got a bunch more bangs on his head where they're cutting chunks off his head, sent it off looking for cancer and all that good fun stuff. So I was like, okay, not that big a deal. I'm gonna head from there, get back, and I don't see a license plate. So I got the dogs hang all inside, got everybody outside, got them all playing again stuff. Asked mom, hey, did you bring up my license plate? She goes, no, never saw the guy. I'm like, son of a bitch. So reach out to him like, hey man, did you make it down with my license plate? He goes, yeah, I left it right by your door. I'm like, God damn it, no you didn't. I'm like, where? I said, here's the address. He goes, yeah, that's the address. I'm like, no. I'm like, you were not even here. Like, had somebody looking out the window. I think didn't see you pull up. He goes, I don't know, it's one of those houses right around there. Had 2 Ford trucks across the street. And I'm like, well, there was a white van in my driveway. He goes, oh, there's definitely not no white van in the driveway. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So now I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding. So I go running around, looking at all my neighbors' porches and doors and stuff, looking for my license plate. Can't find anywhere. And it's also late enough time. I got a meet and greet I set up for 5 o'clock today, not thinking about how long the doctor's appointment and stuff take, whatever and whatnot. So gave up. We text back and forth. I sent pictures of houses around me. He's like, nope, none of those are it. It looked just like your house. I'm like, no, it didn't. No house on the street looks like my house. But I'm like, you were here a few days ago. How do you not know where you were? But okay, whatever. So gave up, changed my running gear, and thought I got time to go get one small run in, get back, get a shower before my meet and greet. So wait till after my meet and greet. Let's say they're a little late, and then it pushes out more time. Then I'm 7 o'clock eating dinner. I don't want to wait that late. So I was like, okay, screw it, whatever. So said to hell with that and headed up over. I'm like, just deal with it. It is what it is. So I'm like, we're all good. So went ahead and changed out. Told the guys, just don't worry about it. I'll just report my plate lost and stolen, which is a pain in the ass because they'll pull your license down here. Like if you don't have insurance on a license plated car, which I've already dropped insurance, and it doesn't take long. You gotta go to court to get your license back. It's a whole pain in the ass. So I'm just gonna tell them, hey, the guy brought the license plate left off my doorstep and had it stolen. So whatever. So I go get my run in. While I'm running, I run a couple other streets looking for houses the same number. He swore it was the same address as mine for the numbers. I'm like, he's on the wrong street then, maybe. So there's one house that looks pretty similar to mine. A few blocks over, went and looked at. Nope, no Ford trucks across the street, but also there's no plate there. So I'm just giving up. Asked one of the guys I saw out, I'm like, hey, dang, your neighbors find a license plate on their doorstep today? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay. So I talked to neighbors on my end right there near me. Nobody else saw it. I'm like, who cares? So gave up, went back to the house, jumped in the shower, got out. They were running about 10 minutes late for their meet and greet, which kind of sucks. Met with a very high energy puppy and a very kind of, I don't know, kind of annoying customer. Like, couldn't quite tell. I think it'd work. Just, she made it out like her dog was the greatest princess, never had a mistake. It's just a 5-month-old puppy. It's a thing. So yeah, we chatted for quite a while. Nice enough, whatever. And then they left. Karen got home. We ate dinner. Ended up back outside playing out there with the dogs and stuff. Ended up just one dog now. Everybody else went home. So just the one dog. Got another dog coming tomorrow. So I had a couple clients cancel some other stuff. So apparently a bunch of people got like bronchitis going around right now. Everybody's getting sick of shit. So who knows? But anyway, that's all I got for right now. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.